Hey everyone, so today's look is an everyday makeup look. It's a very neutral, everyday wear for like the office, for school, just anytime you want to wear something that's not so dramatic. This is personally what I've been wearing to work pretty much most days. Lately I've just been using the new Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette. It's obvious why, because it has gorgeous colors and I have been loving this. You can see it's been used. The only thing is this packaging gets so dirty so fast. It looks nasty already. And although this is what I've been using lately, the colors that I'm using are easily replicatable through many different palettes. Every palette has some of these neutral colors that I'll be using in here. It's just like a brown, like a warm brown, a shimmery light color, and boom, you're pretty much done. I don't have any foundation on. I personally don't use foundation on an everyday basis. I wanted to keep this true to what I do every day. I usually only have like 20 minutes to do my makeup, if that. So I just try to do whatever I need to feel presentable in that amount of time. If you don't feel comfortable not wearing foundation on an everyday basis, that's just the only step I don't have in here. But I think if you usually wear it on an everyday basis, you can handle me not doing that part. So if you are interested in seeing this look, please continue watching. Alright, so first thing, as usual, gonna prime my eyes. I'm using my MAC Painterly paint pot. I like this one because I have a lot of veins that show in my eyes and darkness, and this does a really good job at covering it up. To set that primer, I'm just going to use Porcelain. I'm literally just going all over the place with this. That way everything blends a lot easier once we get to the actual colors for the eye look. Alright, next I'm going to put the crease color in. I feel like you need to be a little closer. Like, slightly closer. That's probably fine. So since this is an everyday look I'm just wearing to work, I just go for a lighter crease shade. And it kind of varies between about these three right here. I think for the sake of this video, I'm going to use Tawny. I actually think that is probably the one I've been using the most in my crease color on a day-to-day basis. And I'm just going to be blending this out with a fluffy crease brush like this. I lost my one that's like skinnier and, you know, like it's skinnier and fatter. I accidentally lost that somehow. I must have dropped it somewhere or something. So I'm really sad because it blended stuff out so nicely. So I gotta purchase another one. I'm just going to blend that into my crease, make sure it's blended out really nicely. It's okay if it gets a little, the color gets a little bit too much up here, because blend that out with the porcelain color in a little bit. And now I'm just going to go back in with porcelain and just clean it up a little bit. Just to shape a little better on top. Moving on to the actual lid color. So like the crease color, it kind of just varies from day to day. I kind of stay in this region, or in this kind of color range. Today I'm going to go in with Seashell, right here. Alright, so I'm going to be using a brush, but honestly I use my finger a lot if I'm just being really quick, which I usually am in the morning because I love to sleep. But right now, for the sake of this tutorial, I am going to use a brush. I mean, you know, sometimes your fingers are just the best tools to use. And actually, honestly, I'm gonna just go on my finger because I like how it applies better that way. It's just so much more vibrant. You get so much better color payoff when you go on your finger. Alright, and now I'm just going to go back in with the brush I had my crease color on. I'm not going to put anything else on it. I'm just going to blend this just a little bit. Honestly, a lot of the time I'll just stop at that. But then sometimes if I have like an extra moment or I have an extra couple minutes, I will go in with just with a little bit of a darker color on the outer corner. So for that, I'm just going to go in with cinnamon right here. Alright, so I'm going to go and just fill in my brows because I can't even stand to look at them anymore. And I'm just going to use my Anastasia brow wiz for that. And if you are wondering, I use dark brown. It was kind of insulting. I was in Ulta the other day and one of the employees was like, "Would you like an eyebrow mapping? It's free." I'm like, "No, I'm okay." She's like, "Are you sure it's just a free thing we do and we show you where your arch should be and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm good." And then after the fact, I'm like, "What are you trying to say about my eyebrows? I know I don't have the best eyebrows ever, but damn." And I'm just going to set them with some clear brow gel. And I'm just using the Anastasia brow gel. This one's definitely the best one I've used. Alright, now I'm just going to put on some mascara, and I'm using the Lash Sensational by Maybelline. I know some people probably for their everyday, like, going to work, office type of look, might want like more natural lashes or whatever. But I personally never want that. I want my lashes to be as big as possible at all times. Alright, now that the mascara is done, I'm going to move on to concealing these bad boys here. And I just picked up the Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser thing from Maybelline because I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. And I know a lot of people said to take the sponge off because it wastes product, but I'm just going to use it for now because honestly I'm not loving it yet, but I'm still going to try it. I bought it, I'm going to use it. Alright, so now I'm just going to blend that out. And I'm just using an airbrush concealer brush by It Cosmetics. Because I personally don't feel like it highlights under my eyes enough, I'm also going in with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the color that's not really my right color, but I don't care. I think it's a little too warm for me because I don't know why, but I got the warm one. And this was the second time I got a color. So I just put a little bit of that on, and I'm going to also blend that out. Just a little bit, just patting it in with my concealer brush. So I mostly just use that brush to get a better defined area because sometimes when I'm just using the Beauty Blender I get a little crazy with my blending. So now I'm going back in with my Beauty Blender to make sure it's blended into my skin a lot better. Now I'm going to go jump back to my eyes and put a little bit of color underneath, and for that I'm just going to use Saddle right here. So I'm just taking the flat, what's it called, a flat definer brush, and patting it in along my waterline. So just kidding, don't do your lower lash line yet, because I didn't set my under eye powder for I have no idea what reason. So now I'm going to set my under eye concealer, and I'm just using MAC Prep and Prime for this, and I'm just going in with my tapered e.l.f. brush. Alright, so now that that is set, I'm going back in with Saddle and putting it on my lower lash line. Alright, so now I'm going to finish the face, and I'm just going to bronze a little bit and put some blush on. And I'm just going to go in with the Milk Chocolate Soleil from Too Faced to just bring a little bit of color to my face. And I'm just going to be using a big fluffy brush. So for blush, I'm just going to be using Essence Silky Touch Blush, and this is adorable. That's the shade. I mean, I guess the packaging is kind of adorable. Sometimes these lights just wash me out way too much, but gotta work with what I got. I'm also going to be highlighting a little bit, and I'm just using Champagne Pop for this. And I'm also going to pop some of that into my inner corner. I'm just using a pencil brush for that. And on my brow bone. And for lips, usually I keep it really simple when I'm at work, and I'll usually just wear maybe like this Sugar Rose, is it rosé? Because there's like a thing, but yeah, I'm using the fresh sugar, and I just like to use this because it keeps my lips moisturized and it has a little bit of color in it. And then sometimes I'll just use a lip gloss like this. This is just an Essence lip gloss, so that's what I think I'm gonna pop on right now, is the Essence lip gloss. Yeah, it's just like a nude color. Yeah, my lips look dry. So that's a completed look. It's not too dramatic. It's very natural for an everyday wear, just to go to work or wherever, or school, or whatever it may be. I hope you enjoyed this look, and thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Leave me a comment. I'd love to read it. And I will see you in my next video.